off a whim that I'm going to do my first entire series cast. So I'm going to cast all of these games, however many there are. I think I already spoiled it for myself. Not this particular game, but how many games there are. But yeah, I'm going to do the whole thing, and tell me if you guys like that. If you like me doing the whole cast rather than just random games of, well, I mean not random games, but good games. And Bunky's messing with that chick over there. But yeah, if you like random games better of like a higher tier play like Flash Jade on Bisu, or you like me casting entire sets and series, it's a little bit harder for me to cast series just because I usually try to put out one video a day, and now, Jesus man, and now I'm doing probably at least 3 today, and then however many tomorrow, however many this series is. And Bisu, man, Bisu is 4-0 versus RorO, so I'm assuming that he's going to win again, although, you know, 5-0 is pretty hard to do, and so RorO might pull this one off. Anyways, RorO is going to be the Zerg spawning at the bottom position in green, and Bisu is going to be the red Protoss spawning at the top right. So that's the colors, and it looks like an overpool or 12 pool. If I could see how many, looks like it was an overpool. It probably was an overpool. So overpool for RorO, and Bisu's probably going to go for a forge fast expand. Bisu has that probe in there, is going to know everything that's going on, and it looks like Bisu is undefeated in the Pro League. So yeah, Bisu is definitely undefeated in the Pro League. 2 wins against Terran, 6 wins against Zerg, and 2 wins against Protoss. He's doing freaking amazing. Although, well, I guess, never mind. I didn't say anything. I was gonna say something, but if I said anything more, anyways, so that probe's gonna deny that Zerg hatchery going down. Even puts down a pylon, which is gonna deny it even further. So already, you know, that hatchery is going to be denied for quite some time. 2 Zerglings out and a drone chasing that probe. That probe does stay alive, and so those Zerglings not going to go attack that pylon for some reason. That pylon probably got cancelled. Oh, and nice job, Bisu, denying the even further. If he can put down a pylon, Bisu. Oh no! And it looks like RorO is gonna get down that hatchery, but he did put out 2 gateways, so he's gonna definitely be ready for any type of Zerglings. And well, I think 1 gate actually, and then 1 gate Nexus. And then his, I mean, 1 cannon Nexus, and then his gate. Gosh, I can't talk today. But yeah, so 1 cannon into his Nexus, into his gate. And it looks like RorO is going to be double expanding, so he's going to go 3 bases, probably going to go 5 base Zerg is what I'm assuming, or 5 hatch Zerg, rather. Similar down for Bisu as well. I feel like this cast is not going very well. Maybe this is why I don't do more than 1 video a day, because I just like plummet on the commentary scale. At any rate, I'm going to try to get as many videos as I can out for you guys, because I know that there aren't a lot of SC commentators at all. There's a lot of SC2 commentators, but not a lot of SC commentators. SC is kind of dying, but I will die along with it, and I'll keep casting until people don't want me to cast anymore. And there's Mr. Froman and Mr. 80s haircut man, or 70s haircut man. More like 60s maybe, but yeah, and see, he's so bad at not, you know, because a lot of the Korean guys, when they see themselves on the screen, and they, you know, they keep a straight face and act like they don't know that they're on the screen, or act like they're not being filmed, and he's just really terrible at it. I said that last game with Best versus Pure, but now he's going for Stargate, and so we're gonna see the Corsairs, we're gonna see the Spire, probably gonna see the Scourge. Corsairs are gonna probably pick off 1 Overlord or 2, and so pretty standard play, like super duper standard play. I wish that people go different builds, and that's why I like watching some SC2 sometimes, is because so many players go so many different strategies, but just because the game hasn't been broken down into a science as of yet. Spire going down for RorO, but yeah, it hasn't been broken down to a science, and that probe is still alive, man. And so not everyone knows exactly what type of build to do against Zerg, or exactly what type of build to do against Terran. And you know, anything against Zerg is really standardized. Besides Terran, I guess. Terran is the only one that's not really standardized, but if you play Zerg, you know, ZVZ standardized, ZVP standardized, PvP is pretty standard, you know, with Dragoon and Reaver play. Although we did see kind of an unstandard game with Best versus Pure. I guess that game's spoiled because you can see the score on the top of the screen, so you should probably have watched that game before this one. But yeah, some unstandard play. Templar Archives also going down for Bisu as well. He obviously has a Citadel already. Probably not going to go for some Zealot speed, probably going to go for some High Templars, what I'm assuming. He has a Dragoon and Zealot at that front now. The Corsair is attacking that Overlord, going to be able to pick it off. Another Corsair just popping out. That Spire, I don't believe, is done. 2 more hatches being built, so he is going to go 5 hatch something, Soren type build. And the Spire is only 2/3 of the way done, not quite done yet, so maybe he might even get 3 Overlords, which would put RorO behind very, very far. Be pretty bad for him, and I'm just assuming that Hydra's Den is going down as well. Looks like Zergling's trying to push out here, and Bisu just pushing them back with about 3 Zealots and a Dragoon. He needs to make sure that that Dragoon doesn't get surrounded, though. That Corsair is attacking that Overlord. Probably going to be able to get 2 more, possibly. And yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. That Dragoon almost getting surrounded. It's going to probably go down to these Zerglings. No, but no, just gets back through that gate just in time. DT's now out, so this is the Bisu builds, kind of. And so DTs are out as well as Corsairs. He's going to probably be able to do a lot of damage. There's not really a lot of ground units here. There's not really a lot of units at all for RorO, and RorO is kind of in a bad position, I believe. 4 Corsairs now going to that top left base, probably going to be able to pick off those Scourge and that Overlord, and then this is just going to wreak havoc with those DTs. He's going to be able to do so much damage. You need to be careful. Oh my gosh, Bisu! Oh yeah! And losing 2 of those Corsairs, not good micro for Bisu at all. Those Scourge just popping out, and here come 2 more Scourge. If he's able to close these on 1 Corsair, and he does, and all those Corsairs are going down, but he's able to pick off the Overlord. There's no Overlord over there, and now Bisu's going to be able to do a ton of damage with his DTs. He's running his drones, but he's going to be able to pretty much take out that base if he wanted to, but no, and the drones look like they're going back. Probably should have been better about you know, using that ramp to Bisu's advantage, because Bisu did not get a lot of drones at all, but all these drones are going on the same mineral patch. He's getting a lot of them. He got about 3 just in that attack. Very nice job by Bisu. He left one of those DTs. If he would have both of those DTs over there, it would have been drastic. He would have probably got all of those drones, and that would have been killer to RorO's economy. He is massing a force of Zealots and Dragoons at his front. That Scourge does see that, though. He's trying to get in the base, but these Overlords are going to be able to spot those DTs very, very well. Taking a hit from a Hydros, and here come the Hydros. He's probably going to go 5 hatch Hydros. Big Hydra push here. Another gate morphing in for Bisu, so he's up to 4 gates now, and has saturation at both of his bases, doing very nice. Actually, he's at 6 gates, maybe, is what I think I saw, because there's 2 at the there's 2 at the natural, and then 4 at the main. So he's going 6 gates, which is pretty good. He's not going for any robo. He's going just straight ground units, which I believe is a good move. He doesn't really need the robo as of now. He might need a little bit later when RorO goes for lurkers, but as of now, with those big Hydra and Zerglings push, he doesn't need observers at all, and especially if he gets some storm, he's not going to eat them until even later, although he probably should think about getting a robo pretty soon, able to pick off all those Scourge. Very nice. He has a critical amount of Corsairs now. That DT is going to do some damage, but is spotted by that Overlord. Gonna push out with these Zealots is what I think that he's going to do, and you know, even though RorO is doing a nice job with his economy, I cannot help but say that I think that he's a little bit far behind, to be completely honest. Zealots have speed now, and so they're going to be going in, able to pick off an Overlord, and he's just going to be able to do so much damage. There's only Zerglings in the base, and he's also trying to pick off that 3 o'clock base, and RorO does, I don't know if he sees that, but oh, here comes the Scourge, able to pick off 2 of the Corsairs, doing a moderate amount of damage. Probably an even exchange there. Zealot getting picked off by that sunken colony, and Zealot's engaging Zerglings, but really Bisu's just being relentless on his push here. That pylon, I'm assuming, is going to go down. He's not going to be able to get that base up anytime soon, although 2 more Zealots are reinforcing, although these 3, 4, oh, but if he gets some storms up, but he does, oh, don't don't get those High Templar get picked off. One of the High Templar gets picked off. The other was about to get picked off. I think he had a rally to the wrong point. Two of the High Templar get picked off. Nice job by RorO. Bisu just losing 2 High Templar for no absolute reason. Oh my god, Bisu, what are you doing, man? Take care of your units. This is exactly like when Protoss plays Terran and they just throw their units away to the mines. But here comes Bisu. Zealots coming in. Drones being pulled off the line. Hydra's in the back. Hydra's getting killed by these Zealots. Zealots coming. Here come the Lurkers. The Lurkers are going to play a huge role because he doesn't have detection. Bisu doesn't have detection. He should have got that robo a little bit sooner. Bisu's going to have to run out now, but there's no Overlords in the area. He's going to be able to wreak havoc with this DT. Here comes Overlord. The Overlord is going to be going down soon. Oh my god. Overlord goes down. The DT is going to be able to do more damage, and the Zerglings are going to have to run around. 2 more Zealots in his base, but these Zealots are going to be taken out by that Lurker. More Lurkers coming down to his lower bases, and Bisu doing quite some damage, but his DT getting picked off there. But at the same time, man, if he would have had freaking observers, he probably would have been able to win the game. Just need to get up those observers. I know that he wanted to go mass ground units, but he really needs that robo now. Like I said before, he didn't need it at the, earlier, but if he would have built it when I told him to build it, then he probably would have had his first observer just coming out, which would have been so nice. He would have had a little bit less ground units, but the observer would have definitely helped. He can't see those. He can't see those Lurkers, and he didn't have any storm at the time. And here he comes in with just mass Zealots. There's so many Zealots in his base. His Lurkers are going to be his only safe base. If he's able to pick this off, but it looks like this top left base is going to go down. Is he going to be resorted to 3 hatches? But no, here come the Hydras. The Hydras are going to come reinforced. 2 High Templar in the mix now, and a ton of Lurkers in his 3 o'clock base. There's like 7 Lurkers there. My god, there's a ton of Lurkers. And there goes a Storm. And if anyone knows if Storm, I don't think Storm stack. And if anyone knows this, because I know they do not stack rather, in Starcraft 2, and if anyone knows if they stack in Starcraft 1, you should put it in the comment, because I don't believe they do, but I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes it looks like they do, sometimes it doesn't, and I'm really kind of too lazy to try it out. I don't even have Starcraft anymore. And it looks like Bisu's able to clean up that attack by RorO, and RorO is not able to clean this up. He's attacking the Archon. The Archon's able to kill one of the Hydralists, but the other Hydralists are able to take it down, and one of the hatcheries survives. But Bisu just doing a ton of damage, and RorO not doing nearly as much as he wanted to. He has pretty good saturation at both of his bases, but he really needed to keep that top one just because of pure unit production. Here he has a lot of Hydras, though. These Hydras are probably going to be moving out pretty soon. That Nexus barely survived, and Bisu's limited with a fairly small army, although he does have another small army at his natural, so he's probably going to be able to defend any type of push that RorO puts on. RorO is very far behind at this point in the game, and I can only assume that Bisu is going to pull this out and bring SKT1 up 1-1 with WeMade FOX, but nothing is for certain, and he's also morphing in another gateway, able to pick off one of the Overlords. And here comes RorO with his huge Hydralisk army, but not even that big actually. He's like a small to medium-sized Hydralisk army, also morphing in more Lurkers, and probably going to be supply blocked pretty soon is what I'm assuming. But maybe not if he loses all these units. And here come the Hydralists. The Hydralists are probably going to be able to pick off these Corsairs. The Corsairs need to be very careful. The Corsairs, more Corsairs at the south though, able to pick off 2, well, 1 more, 2, almost 2 more Overlords, but not able to pick off that last one. Here comes more Hydralists and Lurkers in the mix as well. He has observers, and it looks like he's just going to totally bypass this. And RorO's going around the back. He's going to be able to take out this base, and Bisu might go for an elimination, but here comes Bisu with his Zealots. Probably going to be able to defend this at least for the time being. Bisu might pull back depending on how much he thinks he needs his base and how much damage he thinks he can do. Observer now in the mix, so he's going to be able to see all of the wow, that cannon is really ranging far on those Hydralists, but here comes Bisu with his army of Zealot, Dragoon, and High Templar trying to morph more Lurkers in the midfield here. These are probably going to get taken out is what I'm assuming. Scourge in the area. He needs to take out the Scourge, losing one of his Corsairs, but attacking the Overlords, doing a ton of damage, able to defend this pretty well, but it looks like he got his base taken out, putting up another Nexus, and it looks like RorO is going to go for those destructible buildings on the right there. Bisu still being relentless, still going into the natural, able to do a huge storm, getting a lot of drones actually. Oh my god, drones are going down so fast. Able to pick out some of the Hydras too. Sunken Colonies morphing in, but I think that it's too late. Bisu is just being absolutely ridiculous, and GG from RorO, so he is able to tie the game up 1-1, or tie the match